Here's integrated 3. It's problem 5-82. It says, according to the National Health Statistics Report, the average height of adult women in the U.S. is 63.8 inches with a standard deviation of 2.7 inches. Heights can be modeled with a normal probability density function. So that means I can go to Desmos and plug in my mean and my standard deviation and get one of those models, and then I can use that normal CDF. I can click it, and then I can start answering questions. So let's go ahead and get that on our Desmos. So how do you do it again? You go to functions, and then you go to distributions, DIST, and then go to normal distribution. And then it wanted the 63.8, that was the mean, because see how it says mean, comma, standard deviation. So we want to put a comma. And then they told us our standard deviation was 2.7. 2.7. And we're working in inches. So be careful because they give us some heights in feet, and you got to convert them. Okay, so now let's go back and see what they're asking us. So now I have the model ready because it told me I can model it with the normal probability density function. According to this model, what percentage, so I need to get a percentile, of women in the U.S. are under 4 feet 11 inches tall? So 4 feet, that's 48 inches plus 11 more, 48 inches plus 11 more, 59 inches. So I want to see how many are under that. So let's go to our model. So how many women are under? So I think I want to go over here. And what was it? It was 59 inches. And that gives me about 3.7%-ish, or 3.77%. So I'm writing that on my paper. 3.77%. Let's go back to our, it said, what percentage of women are under 59 inches? And we said 3.77, so I wrote that down. That's for letter A. Then letter B says, most girls reach their adult height by their senior year in high school. In North City High School's senior class of 324 students, how many girls would you predict are shorter than, remember that was 59 inches? Assume half the senior students are girls. So now I have to find out what half of 324 is. So I think 162 is how many girls there are. And remember, we had 3.77% because we already figured that out in letter A. So 3.77% of 160 girls, I think I can just multiply, it would be 0.0377 times 162. And I should get 6. I already wrote the answer down. So we can check it. 0.0. We got about 6. Okay, so we're going to say 6 girls. And then letter C, how many senior girls would you predict are taller than 6 feet? And what assumption are you making? Well, first of all, 6 feet. 6 feet is 72 inches, and I want to know how many of them are taller. So first of all, let's get our percentile. So we're going to get that over here. So who's taller? So I think we have to go this way. 6 feet is 72 inches, so we're going to put a 72, and then we're going to let this be infinity. And then hardly any of them, right? Because that's pretty tall. That'd be 0.119. I'm going to write that down. 0.119 percent. And then let's go back. So I think about 0.119% would be taller. And then it says, well, I think we have to multiply that. Oh, I should have just left it as a, it's 0.00119. I think I need to multiply that by the 162 to find out, because they're not saying what percent, they're asking me how many actual girls are there. So and I got 0.19, so only 0.19 girls, so not even a whole girl is taller than 6 feet according to our probability model. Now it says, what assumptions are you making? Well, my little answer key says this assumes that the senior girls are a representative sample of women in the United States. But then the next question kind of throws a wrench into it. It says, suppose you find out that North City High School is a private boarding school with a championship girls basketball program, and they recruit basketball players from across the state. Would your answer to part C change? Explain. Well, I would say there's more likelihood that they're going to have taller girls there because maybe they're attracting basketball players, and basketball players tend to be taller than the normal population. So, and I'll just let you see what the answer key says about that. The answer key says it's likely that there will be girls over 6 feet tall, and the senior girls are probably not a representative sample of women in the U.S. because if it's a special school that is just going to kind of specialize, like they have a championship girls basketball program, people with basketball player girls are gonna try to get their kids into that school, and so it's gonna have a disproportionate amount of the taller girls. And that's it.